Introducing Naturally You, a podcast celebrating the unfiltered stories of inspiring women, each one as rare, radiant, and resilient as a natural diamond. Welcome to Naturally You. I'm so excited to sit down with Kit Keenan, influencer, content creator extraordinaire. And we were just talking about, I was like, are you okay being called an influencer? And because some people are specific about it, but you gave such a great answer that you're living like your dream job.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be back because I was on...
You were here with your mom
years ago, and I had the best time. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I think when I started making social media my job, I was so ashamed of the term influencer because I think just people looked down upon it and they didn't understand what it was. And at this point, I feel like I see this as my long-term career, and I have examples of what that looks like from my peers that are a few years older than me. And I think people are starting to understand the industry more. So now I'm so happy to be called an influencer. I wear it as a badge of honor, and I think it's my dream job. I'm so happy with that term at this point. Yeah, please call me an influencer. I love it.
I love it. And so, yeah, you were here a few years ago, and I feel like that was straight off your bachelor stint. Yes. And you were doing a lot of like fashion, lifestyle content. How has your career, evolved and changed over the last couple years since, the world was introduced to you?
So when I was like, even before The Bachelor, I started sharing my recipes on Instagram. They were mostly like wellness recipes. I was really focused in like the health and wellness space, but I always loved cooking and sharing my recipes with my followers. And then over the past few years, I feel like it's evolved a lot into sharing recipes that I love and that I use in my daily life to bring my family and friends around the table. And I think I have transitioned away from sort of like the health and wellness world online because I think it can be pretty toxic. And I said to myself one day, I was like, what is the reason why I'm cooking with like oat flour and almond milk and like all of these substitutions? And I really asked myself, like, is this food making me feel good and fulfilled? And it wasn't. So I really went back to my roots, like started working on recipes from my grandma and my great grandma and just adapting them to like what I like to do and just adding my own little twist to them. And I feel like my style now is mostly like Italian American, easy, approachable recipes. I want someone who has absolutely no professional experience in the kitchen to be able to make anything that I put out there, because cooking should be fun and easy. And I'm not here to teach you how to hold a knife,
Yeah. Did you grow up cooking these recipes, or did you have to do any like research or go back in your family history?
Yeah, I grew up cooking. My grandma's an amazing cook, and so is my great grandma. And then my mom is obviously, she's a fashion designer and she works very, very hard. But her priority when my sister and I were both little was that she would cook dinner for us at least 3 or 4 times a week. And we would all sit down to family dinner, even like important at the busiest times of year. So I feel like for me, cooking was always a way to bring my family together. I've just come to appreciate that more as I've gotten older.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite recipes?
I love pastas. I love salads. And I think like for me, like what I've been really focusing on recently is a lot of barbecue and grilling, because growing up, going out to Montauk in the summer was like my favorite place in the world. It still is. And those summer nights are the most special, and also a way that like everyone can bring something to the table, their creation in the kitchen, like potluck style, which I think is so fun.
So how do you like draw inspiration for like new recipes, or, using some things from like your family, but innovating and making it your own?
I feel like this is a hard question to answer, because for me, like a lot of times it's just something that comes from like the creative process in the kitchen. I often will think of things that like I enjoyed eating when I was younger, and then like add a contemporary twist to them. So like, for example, chicken saltimbocca is a dish that I grew up eating, and it's like chicken wrapped in prosciutto. But recently I was like, what if that had a sweet element? So I added jelly to the inside of the prosciutto. And I think it's things like that where it's like, how do I make the flavors more complex or just add a contemporary twist? Think of something that's trending and add that in. And yeah, and I think I try to find also a balance of like what people want to see on social media and then also what I want to eat.
Mm-hmm. Totally. So, I mean, part of, making recipes is sharing it with, people you love, like sitting over a table, like you said, hosting. And I know you do quite a bit of hosting. Do you have, tips, like top 3 tips for being like a good or gracious like host?
Always have extra drinks. The bar should be flowing. And like when people get there, I like to have drinks prepared so that like people don't have to go over to the kitchen or go over to your bar cart and like start making drinks for themselves. Like a little welcome drink, almost like when you get to a hotel or like a wedding. And then I also think like set the expectations for what people should be bringing also. Like I think I have so many times when I'm like, okay, I have 20 people coming to dinner, so I'm going to cook everything. And then people will show up with a ton of extra food. And I think it's important to be like,
cooking for 20 people is like an insane feat, I feel like.
But that's where I think it goes back to like the barbecuing style is so fun for me because a lot of stuff can be prepped in advance. And I can like force my boyfriend to grill everything while I'm in the kitchen, like making the salads inside. Yeah. So that's like the best combo, I feel like. Number 3, I would say always have a dessert prepped, an easy dessert, because my mom like always does cookies and ice cream and then makes little ice cream sandwiches. And I feel like that is like such a good hack. Just like a bag of Tate's cookies and some Ben & Jerry's, make little ice cream sandwiches. And it's such like a fun thing that people can get involved in making their dessert. I love it. You don't have to prep that much.
Yeah, that's such a great tip because I feel like sometimes hosting can feel like really overwhelming. And like even when I have like 5 people come over, I'm like, oh my God, it's like a whole day thing. But
I love that process, honestly.
And I actually like love, or my algorithm on TikTok feeds me like ways to make like a small intimate dinner at home, like cute and like themed. And I feel like that's like what people are doing these days.
Totally. It's so fun.
Yeah. So beyond the cooking and the recipes, like you also share a lot about, your fashion, your lifestyle, your personal life. How do you kind of like balance doing like all of those things?
I think for me, like I have always, like I know what my quote niche is, which is like cooking and recipe development. But I think for me, like being able to share other aspects of my life just allows my followers into those other parts of my life. And I think that's like good for getting to know a creator. And at the end of the day, like my followers feel like my friends. So I want to be able to share like everything in my day-to-day with them. And I think that's where like the fashion, beauty, all of that extra stuff comes in. Like I just love sharing that as well, like wherever I can,
Have you been traveling this summer at all?
I've been traveling quite a bit. So
you're always traveling.
My boyfriend and I are long distance and I travel a lot to London.
Is he based in London?
Yes, for now.
How did you guys meet?
He went to USC. So I went to USC for my first year of college. We met there. He was like a little English boy that was coming from like an all boys boarding school and was like in America and was like, I need to go to all the football games and like meet all the girls and join a frat. And I was like this New York City girl who was not interested in like frat culture or football or anything like that. So I just think at the time it was like not the right fit. And then we reconnected years later. Yeah, he's the best. But I do travel a lot because being long distance, and he also just loves to travel too. So it's a good match. And my mom also loves to travel. So
where have you been recently that has been a standout place, and have you like found any like recipe inspiration from anywhere? I feel like
whenever I travel, like I love gaining recipe inspiration. I was just in the south of France, which was really, really fun. But the family that I was staying with is a friend of my boyfriend. Like my boyfriend's family friends is who we were staying with. And they're an Indian family. So I was like asking my friend's mom for all of her tips, like, and all of her favorite recipes and everything. So I feel like wherever I am, I try to get recipe inspiration and just see if there's like certain hacks or things that I can add into my own repertoire. So that was really fun.
Awesome. Obviously, you know, since you are in a relationship, maybe you've like looked or dabbled in engagement rings. I don't know if that's anywhere in the near future, but today we're going to play like a little just fun game, whether it's in the future or not. But we have a few different styles of rings here.
Lovely.
And I kind of wanted just to see, you know, which ones like you're personally drawn to and why, or kind of like what these styles like say about the person who wears them.
Totally. So like immediately I feel like I'm drawn to the most simple one.
The oval on the gold band with the hidden halo.
Yes. I think this is so beautiful, so simple and timeless that I just love it. The only thing that I will say about rings like this is I feel like people online have started to become like more critical of this style of ring because it's kind of just like the most basic
Very
style.
classic. Yeah. I know you said you were like kind of like upset that you like it.
Yeah, I was almost like I wish that I was drawn to a more interesting style. But at the same time, it's just like this is a forever piece and I kind of want it to be something that like every single day I look down at and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's perfect for me.
I mean, I
love this one too.
It's the 3-stone with the elongated cushion cut and half moons in platinum. Also pretty classic.
I like a platinum band.
Okay.
For sure. I think it's interesting because I like wear all gold jewelry, but I like a platinum band.
I wear all gold jewelry, but then my like bridal jewelry is platinum too.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's really like traditional and classic.
I think it's nice to have that departure from my like regular what I normally wear. So that's really nice.
But I think the reason, you know, why we're drawn to the classic, you know, oval solitaire and the reason why a lot of people love it is because it's, you know, really flattering, really timeless and goes with a lot of other jewelry. And I always tell people like, don't feel like you have to go for something unique and different. There's a reason why, you know, it's timeless and classic. And you should get what you love. You just put on the marquee that's like side set. What do you think about that? Like who would wear that?
I think that one's really special because it still has that timelessness. You know, the band is like pretty simple and everything, which I love. It just has this little twist to it that's really nice. So I think someone would wear this if they have a little bit of spunk to them, but maybe still want something that's like pretty timeless, a forever piece, you know?
What do you think of the pear-shaped diamond? Because a lot of people have been getting engaged with those.
I love a pear-shaped diamond. I think they're so flattering and so interesting looking. Yeah, this piece is really, really, really special as well. I love this one.
But your number one would be the oval.
I like an oval and I like a marquee.
Oh.
Okay.
So what about this guy?
This guy is really fun. I like love this one.
It's a marquee on a pave band, but in all yellow gold.
I feel like the pave band is a bit too much for me, but I love the diamond itself is so stunning. Wow. I feel like also this shape is like so flattering on the finger.
It's very like elongating and flattering.
Yeah.
They also look humongous. That's a 4.5 carat marquee.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it looks like an 8 carat diamond or something.
Oh my gosh, it's huge.
Yeah.
That's a good hack, everyone. Wow.
Yeah. Marquises and pear shapes probably look the biggest.
Wow. Interesting. That is good to know. Yeah, I think this is cushion cut?
That's a radiant cut, an elongated radiant. So the main difference is like it has the cut corners versus like the rounded corners.
Okay, which one is a cushion cut?
That one's a cushion and this one's a cushion.
Oh.
So that
see, this one almost appears oval because of
the rounded corners and it's so long. This one has like a thick baguette band. So that's kind of coming back, the thicker bands, but what are your thoughts on it?
I feel like it squishes my finger fat in a way that I don't like.
That's a very real thing. People always come in here and they're like, I don't want the finger muffin top.
Yeah, yeah.
And then last but not least, what are your thoughts on like a classic emerald cut?
I think this is like so beautiful and so classic. I love this. I love this.
Would you go for something like that?
Yeah. For sure. I feel like definitely having the diamonds on the side is like definitely a bit more blingy than what's in right now.
Yeah.
But like
Sophia Richie has the emerald cut on just like the plain platinum.
Yeah. I think that's really beautiful. But at the same time, like I do kind of love the extra diamonds. A little extra bling never hurts, you know?
It's just a subtle baguette. It's not like too blingy.
I think that's what people are a bit worried about because I think the Sophia Richie effect has really like infiltrated and it's like quiet luxury. Like don't be too extra about it. For me, I'm like, I love a little extra.
Yeah. And I
feel like it's interesting because like the pave band seems like way more glam blingy. Like I don't like this as much. Whereas the two diamonds on the side still seems like nice, simple.
And subtle because the baguettes are like a step cut, so they're not as like sparkly too. So it's not as much like glitz and glamour as like a fully and like encrusted pave band.
Yeah. I love this. What is this called?
Those are half moons.
Okay.
Like
this is really pretty. I think this might honestly.
Maybe you're a 3-stone ring girl.
I love this and I love this. These two are my faves.
Okay. So oval, probably.
Oval, simple, like the kind of trendy ring right now.
But maybe some side stones.
Like, kind of fun. Yeah, this is really pretty. And I just love a platinum band.
Taking notes for the future.
Yeah.
What are some things that you mentioned that, you know, quiet luxury has been a thing, but what are some, you know, fashion or jewelry trends that you're seeing right now?
I do feel like outside of engagement rings, people are like playing a little bit more with jewelry, which I think is really fun. And I've seen like a lot of fun, like almost metal, like distressed metal and that sort of thing, like even just on Instagram, you know, big chain necklaces with charms and that sort of thing. And like in the summer, big shell necklaces.
So that's kind of the opposite of being like quiet.
Yeah, which is interesting. I feel like a lot of time with costume jewelry, it's like, this is where I can play. And then when it comes to engagement rings or like fine jewelry, people are like, let me, you know, reel it in because this is something that I'm going to have to look at forever. So I think that's where that like discrepancy is.
It's more of like a long-term investment versus like this is where I can experiment and be more maximalist.
Yeah, but I also like, though I am someone who falls into that category, like when I think of fine jewelry, I'm like, I want to have something simple. It's kind of sad to me that like if you're a maximalist person, you should play in all areas of your life, you know? Like, I think it's so cool if someone was like, yeah, I want this, you know, crazy 2-diamond ring with like this really interesting band and
that's
everything.
Our Ivy setting trois with the pear and oval.
Like, this is so stunning and like the right person would just like pull this off so well.
Would you consider yourself a maximalist?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I do like how this covers my whole finger.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
But there are other ways to do trois that are like a little bit more classic too.
Yeah.
And in platinum.
Yeah, this is so pretty. I feel like this is a great ring if you do worry about a finger muffin top. You know?
Yes, for sure. And I always say, you know, if you get something crazy or like more, you know, trend forward, you can always reset it later on.
Yeah, I think that's important to remember. Because even I have friends that like just recently got engaged and married in the past 2 years and they've already made changes to their rings, you know? So I think it's something that can evolve with you. And at the same time, I think people are like a little bit scared to begin with and they're just like, just simple in the beginning.
Totally. What are your top 3 like must-have pieces of fine jewelry in your collection?
Good pair of studs, like just diamond studs. I feel like always a go-to. I love a tennis bracelet and a tennis necklace. I think are so chic, but like obviously a little bit more pricey. But I would say like go-tos, definitely studs, a great pair of like Huggies, and a bigger pair of hoops.
Definitely. And I think, you know, if you're going to invest in like a tennis bracelet or tennis necklace, it's good because you can like put it on and never take it off, and it goes with all your other jewelry.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So what are some exciting things that you know, have currently been doing or like we can look forward to? What are some things in the works that you're able to talk about?
So I just came out with my own pasta. It's called Canoodle.
We saw that. That's such a cute name.
Yes. If you love cooking at home, I feel like it's such a fun girly touch to add to your kitchen. They're all really fun shapes. So there's flower, a hair bow, and a heart, which are just so fun to like even make mac and cheese and butter noodles with. So Canoodle.
That's so cute. We were looking at it before and we are like, oh my God, we want this pasta.
It's really fun. And then a bunch of other like really fun collabs in the food and beverage space. And eventually like my dream project that I've been working on for the past 2 years comes out next summer. And you guys will see that soon, but also in the food space. And I have been pouring my heart and soul into it. So I'm just so excited for it to come out.
We're really excited for you to announce it too. But what are some things long term that you're manifesting for beyond this thing that we know what is going to happen soon?
I would love to have my own product line, but specifically in the snack space.
Ooh.
I feel like I am so inspired by CPG brands like Chomps, and
I love Chomps.
Yes, exactly. Same like David Protein, Chomps. Like I have so many, even like Khloe Kardashian's brand Cloud that she just launched. I'm so interested in that space. So eventually being in that world and being a brand owner would be like my absolute dream.
What are your favorite snacks?
Love Chomps, love Epic bars, David Protein bars, Undercover Snacks, which is like the quinoa crisps. Okay. I'm obsessed with them. Masa chips, which are...
So would you do like a healthy snack?
Yeah, usually they're more like trendy, a little bit healthier snacks. I feel like packaged snacks are hard because a lot of them have like a ton of just stuff. And so finding brands that are like really true to their ingredients and like really care about the food itself is awesome to me. I love hot girl pickles as well.
What are hot girl pickles?
Oh my gosh, they're the best pickles ever. I love pickles. They're like at Whole Foods. They have spicy, they have bread and butter, they have dill. They're amazing.
Okay, then are all Whole Foods?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to get them next time I go.
They're sick.
So hopefully a product line in the future. I feel like, you know, today we don't have like TV shows like there used to be, but I feel like you would be like a great like modern day like Martha Stewart type, you know? Like what?
That's such a compliment. I love her.
Like what would be that in today's world, do you think? Like would you ever have like a show or a YouTube channel or I don't know, something streaming?
I'm definitely interested in like more long form content.
Because I feel like people would be into like a cooking
I think there's like a few people that have started to do things like that recently. Even like Meghan Markle's show.
I haven't checked it out, but I've heard like mixed reviews.
Same. But I think like there is a lot of room in that area, which is really interesting to me.
It's something that there is a white space because I remember like when I've nothing, I just want something on TV. I want to watch that kind of content. I used to just put on like the Food Network and I don't really have that anymore.
Yeah. So I think that could be really fun as well.
I'm manifesting that for
you. I love that
and
idea.
then we'll spin off your product line from that.
Yeah, genius.
Amazing. So what are some other things that we can look forward to or that you are excited about?
Yeah, I think just like more weekly recipes from me and just like making cooking really fun and easy for my followers. So yeah, just be on the lookout for those.
Where can people follow you, keep tabs on all the exciting things coming up?
Definitely shop Canoodle on Amazon. Super easy.
I'm going to shop right
It's
after.
on Prime. And then also just follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Kit Keenan. And my website, kitkeenan.com, has every recipe I've ever posted. So if you're ever looking for inspo for dinner, definitely check that out.
I will be doing that. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.